that you don't see too often in RLCS, and maybe the Wu could come out and surprise them, but maybe not. Violent Panda with the flip. You know that Verge is the coach, right?
Yes, Verge is the coach. What else?
Good old flip to catch up to it. I like seeing that.
Also defense holding, but more saves are coming. Parka picks up the next one. Apparently Jack flip, reset, off the backboard, shot is good, and Joris gets the second.
And this is looking quite dangerous for Wu, because right now Dignitas have a lot of space to work with, and getting a flip reset under the ball with that amount of time.
Dignitas have thrown that one out the window. With that being said, you know, when you are the Wu in this situation, Corelli, how do you handle this? Because already the mental game that comes into play here. You're in a day 4 RLCS match against one of the most perennial team, or a perennial player in Violent. Pretend it didn't happen. Like get into game 2, reset the mind, and see if you can in front of him. Now Joris launches it towards the backboard, but Parka is there in time. Now Violent Panda. Ooh, gets the flick in! Oh my goodness, when Violent Panda is doing this to you, you're gonna have a bad time.
And he's looking good today. He was looking good in the last game, and oh my goodness, just pulls back on the no, but that's not really what's been the story of this game. It was the Wu initially with a lot of pressure, but still not able to find the target, and now apparently Jack puts it through.
He just dropped it in the basket. He jumps up here. It's the pure threat of the flip reset, and he used it. He used it. I'm sorry. She was actually grabbing that ball away from Joris. He has just taken every opportunity away, and here he comes again, but he actually misses, and Forrest gets the demo. Parka scores. There's the Wu, their first goal.
And that's a great demo and a great setup for us. Takes this one up and over past Joris. The demo through. Apparently Jack has to make up for the space, and he can't get there in time.
Back to Forrest, but do they have an angle or a route at 0 seconds? Forrest launches it to Parka. Violent Panda has the save, but Kisai, low boost, he's got 30 in the tank. Launches it forward. Jore is back to the corner, nothing. And still it goes across. That will do it for the Wu, and as long as those touches remain, they keep making solid contact. That's all I'm looking for. But apparently Jack sneaks in the first goal.
Yeah, you want to talk about solid contact. Look at this shot from apparently Jack. A great setup from Joris out towards the box, coming back towards apparently Jack, away from the defending game 1. They just completely suffocate the Wu. And right now, that's why you're seeing Joris and apparently Jack just have a field day in the midfield. Oh my, Joris almost got back down to it. Apparently Jack will slam it home for the second for Dignitas.
Yeah, it goes in, but man, I thought Joris had this. Oh, it was so close. Missed it by a couple pixels. But Dignitas, nothing for the Wu on offense. Nice cut from apparently Jack, one to beat. Drops it in front, forces through on the challenge, and apparently Jack decimates the whole roster on his way to the net.
Well, apparently he's jacked because he just goes through Kisai and then uses the flip to push it by. The muscles on this man for the
out of the last 10 matches. You don't do that. That's not luck. That's not, a one-off. That's, they figured it out. That's synergy. And that's what Dignitas do. But how about that demo from Parka to get a goal?
Yeah, that was a great demo. Finding that last man isolated and apparently Jack, and there's just nothing he can do here. You can try and dodge the demo, but that'll cost him the save. So he just has to go for the save. And that last man
to get that demo play that leads to a goal, but that's all they get. And Dignitas are playing like Dignitas, one game away from a sweep.
Yeah, and apparently
on defense, Joris wasn't letting anything by him. And he would just carry the ball out, and the Wu just sat there like, we don't know how to contend with this. This is all they can do. A double demo gives Forrest and the Wu their first lead.
Great work from Parka. Getting that second touch, too. I don't know if he meant to do that, but it doesn't matter. He knew exactly what his destiny was when he gave up that ball. It was back wall, even tougher. But a good first goal here for the Wu.
Can they turn it into more? Parka rips it, and it's in. He beat Violent Panda with a hard shot, and there's 2 goals now for the Wu.
And I'm wondering, right as Violent Panda turned to the left
match.
And they're finding possession as well right now, as the Wu is, as that one comes straight down to Kisai. It's still bouncing in, and Violent Panda can't make the save, or at least he did initially, but can't block Kisai. and a 3-0 lead now for the Woo.
What is happening to Dignitas? Oh, Violent Panda and apparently Jack got tied up. Apparently Jack or Violent Panda, one of them could have had that. Would be insane. Could you imagine? I know that I wasn't gonna talk about reverse sweeps, but you said the fated words. So here we are. We're doing it, okay? We're on the road.
We shall see.
As soon as the ball touches the
Yeah.
ground. Okay, now it's a set to Kisai, excuse me. And Parka. Nothing for him. Apparently Jack will get the clear. Or maybe the goal. What a shot! Made of lead! Apparently Jack, first goal for Dignitas.
Look at that play from apparently Jack, and a good touch to the corner, is able to get back up to it. That's the speed that we're talking about. It's just right now the Woo. I think that's a pretty scary sight for most people. Apparently Jack with time, space, and boost in a 1v1 against you. Baressa's great job, but here comes Jorius again. He's going to sneak in by the defense for a 2-0 lead.
And this is simple from Jorius. He's not trying to do anything too difficult here. Just get down under. Everybody's waiting. Forrest isn't in a place to challenge. Parka almost hit it, but when Jordan... I was wondering if you saw the same thing I did.
Yeah. For the Woo, they're getting backed up again. It's looking very similar to those commanding wins from Dignitas. A third one's going to drop, and Dignitas is not having the Woo here.
Shades of game number 1 for Dignitas. A good 50. Forrest can't get a solid touch. Parka gets bumped. Not even sure he can get that ball without having some solid performances and solid synergy as a team. So if they stick together and they work on it, they could find their way consistently into these splits and try to contend for regionals and major spots. But for now, Dignitas are far and away the better team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like you said, Jorby, it's a long who you are to come into RLCS and take on some of these big teams. Oh, that's a big miss from Parka. If there was ever going to be a comeback, it would have been off of that goal. Jorius surely puts this series away and this game away. A 5-0 lead for Dignitas. Things falling apart for the Woo.
Yeah, if it was house money last game for the Woo, well, it's just raining green.
Wealth of experience between here against Dignitas, here against the Giants, but also, Jorby, it's 3 French players, okay? And with 3 French players, you can never, ever doubt them. And the French have been so good in Rocket League. And I'm sure this team will learn and grow and become BDS. No, I'm just kidding.
Every time.
Right.
Like, they are just, I don't know what it is about that country and all the players that come out of it, but they are disproportionately great at this game. But this team, not so great this match. And Dignitas get the last laugh and will move on in the tournament. The Woo had quite a run, and we certainly give them a round of applause for that. Throw out a Park Championship.